Hey y'all, I'm Edmund,
And I'm Heather.
and this is All Positive Reviews. So, we are at the midpoint of M. Night Shyamalan Month/week, and we did Sixth Sense and Unbreakable, but now we're at the other bookend of Shyamalan's career, starting with Split.
My name's Hedwig. I have red socks.
How old are you?
9?
The human brain is the most complex object in the universe. The only way we're getting out of here is if one of them decides to let us out.
Aren't you the clever one?
A supervillain horror movie psychological thriller that is also hilarious and has Professor Xavier losing his shit.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
It's so much fun, and I didn't really know what to expect going into it, but I've really enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's 23/24 personalities worth of fun,
Yeah.
and it feels like M. Night Shyamalan is back to where he was before the buy-ins to the twist endings, but it's so good.
Yes.
It's just sat with me since we've watched it.
Yeah, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, and the more I think about it, like, the more I keep thinking of things that I liked about it.
Yeah.
You know, as I sit there and I'm thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, I really like this and that and this, so that's always a good thing.
Oh, absolutely. And, starting with James McAvoy
Of
himself,
course.
this crazy dude with 23 different personalities who is going down a dark path in life recently, thanks to a choice few personalities, two of which, I mean, I like all of them, but two of which that just really got to me. And there's Hedwig, the 9-year-old
Yes.
kid who dances
Yes.
just like, our son.
Yeah, the 7-year-old that we watch dance oddly, at times to music, and then you just watch him dance in this movie, and I was like, wow, this is totally him 2 years from now.
Yep.
Dancing.
It manages to be really funny just because of the choreography it is, but this remains a horror movie, so it's just creepy watching James McAvoy commit to that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the long run, it's really fun. He seems to be having a blast. You feel that energy throughout the whole thing. And with Hedwig and then Patricia.
Yes.
The evil Mrs. Doubtfire, who, it isn't as much of a physical threat as some of the other ones, but she creeps you out more because she's just calm.
Yeah.
Like, she's the only one, I think, who doesn't lose their shit.
Right. She remains calm and in control at all times.
Yep.
Yeah. Creepy.
Several people who you don't blame for being not calm and in control at all times are James McAvoy's captives.
Yes.
The main one being Anya Taylor-Joy from The Witch and Thoroughbreds, who she does a really good job too. Like, I actually think this is my favorite performance of hers that I've seen so far, because you really buy that she is someone who has suffered and can connect with this captor on that level of like, hey, we both come from like dark pasts.
Right.
But she is trying to escape and going about it in like really smart, subtle ways.
Right.
Getting to know the personalities, stacking up weaknesses. Like, there's as much of a mind game element to this movie as there is like the threat of, oh no, I'm gonna die.
Right. No, and the thing is, I get the other two girls, because I would be just as much like, let's just get the fuck out of here as I could as well. And they're just girls who usually get what they want. So I mean, let's just get out of here. I get it. That's fine. However, like you said, she is thinking more logically in the way of like, I've been stuck in these situations in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
You've got to play this game to get out. And I bet you if they would have stuck to her rules, they might have had a better chance of surviving. Although he was crazy. So, I don't know.
He was crazy. He could switch between personalities and like on a dime.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, one of his personalities was named Barry, and we made the joke at one point of like, no, the only Barry Allen we know is the fastest man alive.
Right. Right.
And I mean, he might be the fastest man alive in his universe, because he's definitely got that like serial killer fast walk down.
Yeah, he did. He was quick at those certain parts.
Yes.
Like, oh.
And it's actually done in a pretty believable way.
Yeah.
Like M. Night Shyamalan put together this movie on just $9 million.
That's unheard of now.
Yeah, but he got to scale down, really bring it to his roots, and that's one good thing about Blumhouse, the ones who produced Get Out, and certain other indie ones of like, no, we're gonna give you this amount, you got to get creative,
right?
And that's what he did. He uses the most of his there's 2 environments in this movie. Yeah, like the doctor's office and the actual place where they're held captive.
Yeah, I've noticed lately that a lot of times the less money certain types of movies have, the better the movie is. Don't get me wrong, I want Marvel to have a lot of money. So I'm not saying don't give anybody money. But like some of these movies that when they have to work around a budget, they get so much more creative and it gets so much more interesting.
Yes. With this one, it's shot by the cinematographer who did It Follows, which is a horror movie I love. And they really make the most of these environments. Like, it feels claustrophobic. You really, even though it's just one physical person who is the threat of this movie, you really don't know what is going to come out and where it's going to come from. It really does keep you on the edge of your seat while being oddly funny at points. Not just with the personalities, but also with this psychiatrist who James McAvoy's character goes to see, and who, when he's just going whack, his good personalities are like, hey doc, can you please just see us? And then his bad personalities wake up and he's like, fuck, I gotta go tie up this loose end now. And you watch this doctor who comes off as a very believable psychologist and psychiatrist. Yeah. Just really doing a cool, almost Game of Thrones verbal ping pong to gauge for oh, is something wrong here?
You said they were 17 or 18. You said it upset you for days.
It was just a teenage prank. I get that now.
And see, that's my mistake. I believe that I went over this incident with you too fast. Although you said you were fine, and the other identities I met with said it was fine.
Doesn't really sound like I'm talking to who you say I'm talking to. Really? Okay.
This doesn't sound like personality number 12.
Yeah.
It's back to old M. Night Shyamalan in that it's the acting. Yeah. It's the acting just all across the board.
It's when I think he does really well when he can click with his main people. You know what I mean? Obviously he clicks with Bruce Willis. Yes. Every time they're together, it's just works. And so I think he does really well when he has a relationship with someone where they can kind of just be like, you know what I mean? And they're like, yeah, I do. And they can just kind of do it. You know what I mean? He does it really well because this is what that felt like. Yeah. They just knew what was going on.
And it felt credible because of that. And there's a lot of crazy shit that goes on. This movie has a really tense first 2/3. And then it loses its mind in the best way. With a theme that I actually really liked, because the movie was all about how much you can manifest your beliefs. Yes. Basically, where if you believe so strongly in yourself in this one way, it'll happen. And that's really cool because they do it with his personalities. He has one who's a diabetic, and whenever he's that personality, he needs insulin.
It's great.
Or, another one, the main final antagonist of this, called the Beast, who has these, superhuman animalistic properties. And you see it's no, he doesn't grow 8 feet tall or anything. It's not a werewolf thing.
Right, no.
But he believes it so much that he becomes this force of nature. Yeah. To where you almost do believe it. Yeah. I'll say, for anyone who doesn't want a spoiler, just skip to the end from right here. Okay, I love that this is an Unbreakable sequel. Yeah. I absolutely love that, because that is what sells you on the craziness. Is you're like, no, this is a supervillain origin story, and this is set up for something bigger.
Right, because I always like it when a filmmaker has a universe, or there's a universe out there, and we come and go from it, and just kind of show up every once in a while. Like with, Kevin Smith, we're going to be showing back up in the other universe for a little bit. We've been away from it for a while, and with here, we've been away from it for a while, and now we get to go back to this universe in his world, and it's really neat.
This is like that crazy guy in the wheelchair that they put away 15 years ago. Maybe
They gave him a funny name, too. What was it?
Mr. Glass.
Like, the only real twist is that it's an Unbreakable sequel. Everything else, it's very, like, refreshingly straightforward for Shyamalan.
Yeah.
It's not trying to pull any hoodwinks.
Yeah, no.
You're just going for this really fun ride.
Right.
And I really dug the hell out of it.
Yeah, me too.
So next time on M. Night Shyamalan Month/week, we're going to do the follow-up, Glass, when Unbreakable and Split collide, and David Dunn, the Overseer, fights Kevin Crumb, the Horde, and it's going to be awesome. We're also going to have some Mad Men and Handmaid's Tale, other fun TV things on the horizon, plus a whole host of movies, both classic and new, here soon on All Positive Reviews. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out some of our other stuff down below, and thank you once again so much. Have a great day.